aftermath, blood. The aftermath. Oli versus Arteta again, blood. The streets are calling man the Paella Tony Pulis, blood. The Paella Pulis, bruv. That's what the streets are saying, boy. Oli can't beat, man. You know what I mean? People are saying he's defensive, he's this, that, and the other, but bruv, he's done Oli again, man. And I don't know, it's mad. Bearman went into the game confident. And every time you go into a United game confident, yeah, more often than not in it, like Oli lets you down, blood. Like, how are you feeling after yesterday, fam? Because it's been mixed, innit? Oli out was trending yesterday. I see certain man trying to counter with the Oli in thing, and it wasn't really banging the same online. I think people are starting to see what man's been saying about it.
You know what it is, Rants, yeah? Like, even me, after you think about this season, the season's been like shocking so far. It's the start of the season, 6 games in. I'm not gonna scream and say and start going on a mad thing. But what I will say is 6 games in, this record, I've never seen this before as a Manchester United supporter, ever. Yeah. I wasn't born in the 70s. I wasn't born in the 60s. I don't know that. I don't know Man United. You know what I'm saying? So this, what I'm seeing, is crazy. You're only as good as your last performances, right? You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go as far as looking at like what the Spurs game where we got obliterated, yeah. Man's already heartbroken from that.
Oh yeah. I ain't even recovered from that.
You see it. So we go away to where? Where did we go after that? We went to was it Newcastle?
We done the Newcastle thing.
We won.
Then the PSG.
And then PSG beat PSG. Cool.
And the boring Chelsea game.
Right? Now, we come to Leipzig. I'm on there, I'm thinking to myself, all right, I'm gassed. I'm all telling my Liverpool brethren, like, yo, like, I can't wait to see you. Like, you got no Van Dijk. And if the man them are moving at that consistency, if the man them are going to play like that, we've got a chance. But it comes like, to me, this guy cannot get any consistency out of this team. This is what the problem is. People ain't really checking it. Forget the Oli out thing or him not being up to scratch, whatever the case may be. You've got to be able to get consistency out of your players, bro. Simple as that. And you can't get no consistency out of them. You know what I'm saying? Loads of people are questioning. I see Trey Deeney today saying who's improved under
the Oli. Hey, big up Troy as well, my brother. He's one of the only ones that's keeping it 100% real, yeah, on that station, innit? And I love it. I love the way he put it on that Custis, you know the ones, because it's like the same way you man want to stick it on our other players, yeah? Yeah. You man are talking about United's defensive record last season, yeah? But you man aren't blaming Maguire this season for United's defensive performances. We're 15th, like. Yeah. You can't be praising a man, yeah, last season and saying that it's because of him that our defensive record's so good. But as soon as it's crap, you don't want to blame man no more. Like, bro, make up your mind. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And this is the problem with a lot of the media. It's agenda driven. Keep the same energy, blood. You know what I'm saying? Man are not keeping the same energy. So I love the way Troy put it on, man.
Yeah, man. Like it's that, innit? Like you got to keep it real. And I think I've noticed a lot of pundits are trying to do it. Not a lot, sorry. Let me not that's the thing. A few pundits are now trying to do it. I think ever since like Roy Keane's always been what's the word, honest in his opinion to some extent. Whether or not I rate it or not, whatever he says, he always says it how he sees it, innit? Yeah. I know Patrice ever wants to he wants to tell the whole story, everything, you know what I'm saying? But he gives it what he can. Yeah. You've got certain other pundits that don't read, that are a bit scared to say their mind. Obviously, you know, the job there, it's a new career that they're in, it. They don't want to mess up themselves for the future. But the reality of it is there's no hiding with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer right now. You got to say what it is. If you don't say what it is now, it's blatant that you're just trying to defend or cover up the fact that this guy is not ready for the job, bro. You're not. Like Arteta is how many games in? This is your 100th game, brother.
100.
It's your 100th game. And you
nearly 2 years in. Nearly 2 years.
And you still don't know. You still don't know what your best team is. You still ain't got a system. You still ain't commanding the respect from the players or able to make players into make certain man turn into bad boys. Really and truly, Daniel James should be a little Aaron Lennon right now. Let's be real. We should be. Aaron Lennon weren't even a bad boy. Big up to Aaron Lennon though. You done know already. But I'm saying like Aaron Lennon weren't a world-class player like that. He was a guy that would do a job on the wing. That's what Daniel James should be. And someone said the other day, even the way that he's using Greenwood, it's the wrong way. The guy's not going to develop that way, blood. He's not. I like the way you see even how we play, how we played against Leipzig. Yeah, you're bringing on like you see Man United. Man United's a team. We don't play ball.
Yeah,
we don't play ball. There's no intricate passing with Man United. You might get a one minor spell. You get what I'm saying? But we don't play ball like that, Rants. And I know you're a baller, so I know you know that.
Yeah.
What he's got to do is use his strengths. For instance, Leipzig, he started with Van der Beek and who else?
And Van der Beek, Pogba, Matic, and Fred.
Right, cool. Then he brought on Rashford after, didn't he?
Yeah, he brought Rashford and Bruno on later on in the game.
Right, so you're managing the game properly in that period. Yes, Rashford's number 10. Yes, Bruno is our new signing. But you know what, bro? Certain times you got to know when to play a man. Rashford coming off the bench, Rashford's a speed. He's a speedster.
Yeah.
So bring him on through the game. That's what he should have. He should have done the same thing. He should have done the same thing, bro. Bring him on to rinse out the Arsenal defenders, and then we would have been more impactful that way. Rashford to me is not really. He's not every game he's gonna be that bad boy. He's not gonna pull off a bad boy performance. You got to know how to manage them, man. There, bro.
Yeah, he's very much a moments player, innit? But so is Bruno. Bruno plays in moments. Do you know what I mean? And you need to know how to manage that. You can't build a consistent system around players that don't put in consistent performances, innit? And when I looked at that yesterday, it's mad. When I look at Donny van der Beek, I always know what I'm going to get from him, innit? Because he plays a certain way. Like, I have to play him, bro. Like, with Fred's been very consistent. Like, very consistent when he starts. You know what you're going to get from Fred. You're going to get loads of energy. Do you know what I mean? He's going to try and pass forward. And people have this myth about him that he gives the ball away loads, yeah? But his pass accuracy is a lot better than Bruno's. Do you know what I'm saying? But man say that with Bruno, he's trying to make things happen. Like yesterday, Arsenal's goalkeeper completed more successful passes than Bruno, blood. Arsenal's goalkeeper. But no one was talking about him yesterday. Everyone was talking about Pogba because he gave the pen away. Do you see what I'm saying?
Even with that, if people watch the game or know football or understand football properly, you'll see that Pogba giving that penalty away was a forced error from Luke Shaw, who wasn't pressing William. William shouldn't even have been able to put that ball in or play Bellerin in if Luke Shaw
got out, yeah.
Right, and this is the problem what Jose had with Luke Shaw, because Luke Shaw's not putting pressure on
not putting the pressure on the person on the ball. But you know what's mad, yeah? I looked at it. It was a stupid challenge from Pogba. It was a tired challenge. He even came out and he said, you know what? I just ran all the way back. I was tired. Yeah. I thought I was going to get there, whatever. He held his hands up and whatever. It was a silly challenge anyway, regardless. But I'm looking at it. All of us here, yeah, we're not Manchester United manager. We know how Arsenal play, innit? We've heard Arsenal fans moaning about Arsenal all season. 5 at the back. It's negative. That's why man are calling him like the Spanish Pulis. Man's calling him the Paella Pulis and that. Cool. So, you know Arsenal are going to play 5 at the back with wing backs, yeah? There's your width. And then people have also been complaining that Aubameyang's been playing out wide. So they play with wing backs and they play with wide forwards. So they've got 2 players on either wing. What in your right mind would possess you to play a narrow midfield when you know that you're going to have an overload on either flank? That doesn't make sense, innit? Like, the way to deal with that would have been to either match them up formation-wise, or if you want to be positive, you can go with a 4-4-2 because they had 2 midfielders.
Yeah.
And you can tell your 2 wide players track the fullbacks.
Yeah.
Or track the wing-backs when they come. Your central midfielder of Pogba should not be tracking the fullback. You shouldn't have a central midfielder tracking the fullback. And if you are going to have a central midfielder tracking the fullback, play another formation. If you wanted to play, say, a 4-2-3-1 or whatever, and you said to the left person in the pivot, you know what, yeah, if there's an overload, you shuttle across and cover, cool. There was no communication. Nobody knew who was going with who. Do you know what I'm saying? Pogba's gone with the runner because it's on his side of the pitch, but he shouldn't be tracking that guy, bro. Do you know what I mean? You shouldn't be having a 4 narrow, because then who's Bruno tracking? Then who's the guy at the base of the diamond? Who's he tracking? There's no communication. These men didn't have men assigned to them before the game.
This is the thing, though. You know, if you're not gonna make that communication clear from the get-go, or you haven't made it clear, yeah, you know, you can correct that by being on the touchline and communicating and orchestrating for where you want man to be or where you want a man to go. But you're not doing that. You're sitting down on the sideline and thinking that your players, after 100 games, are still going to be able to understand silent or telepathy, because that's what he's doing. You're just dealing with bare telepathy, bro. Trying to holler at the man from the side, or sitting down hollering at man through the screen that you're watching, because you're not going to the touchline and telling man where or how you want man to play. Or if you see a man, why is no one not giving? And I don't want to get onto Luke Shaw, but that game, I was watching the game yesterday, and I'm thinking to myself, yo, Luke Shaw, brother, man, like you got to be running up and down. You're better than Aaron Wan-Bissaka at going forward. Like, why you not? I saw Bellerin, bro. We had the ball in our half. I saw Bellerin come all the way down to our wing back to try to win the ball. When we had the ball, when we was in possession, we had the ball in our own half. Bellerin's running that far up, bro.
Yeah, and the thing is with Bellerin, yeah, bruv, if you just use basic common sense, Arsenal play 2 central midfielders. Why do we need 4? Why are we overloading an area that Arsenal don't play in? When you watch Arsenal play, they bypass the midfield and go straight to the wide players. If you watch them play, they play out from the back. How many times did El Nene just play it first time? Pang, right into the wide forward. They bypassed the midfield. Arsenal weren't playing through the middle. So why did we need 4 men in there? Do you know what I mean? And you know what makes it even worse? We finished the game with the same formation. So it's like, bro, at no point in this game did you see that it wasn't working and change the shape. All you did was change the personnel. So that tells me you don't even understand what game you're watching. Whatever you're watching on that screen, it can't be the football match.
This is why he will get the stick for it and the flack. This is why I'm not going to sit here and dispute and act like the players don't deserve stick or flack. The players are on some bullshit. I'll be honest with you, because the reality of it is, Roy Keane made a good point. I shouldn't have to get you. I shouldn't have to motivate you for this game. Big man thing. I shouldn't have to motivate you for the game. However, as a manager, if you can see, right, you know what, my players don't seem like they're up for it. You can see that from the first minute when I'm seeing Partey run past man like they're not even there. Yeah, and you can see this. That's now time for you to go and stand up and start talking. Just go in that box, make your presence felt. This nice guy approach is not working. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna end up leaving this club with the worst record ever, and you're gonna ruin any legacy that you built scoring that goal in 99.
It's already ruined for me, blood. It's already ruined for me. I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. Yeah, like every time I hear man's voice now, every time I hear his name, it's gonna remind me of the shit that he's doing right now. Like when I hear his name, I don't even think about the goal no more. I can't. Like that's dead to me now, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's like man's rewriting his own legacy right now. You know the man's he is, and a lot of the ex-players as well from that generation that are pundits and all them things. As much as I appreciate what they done as footballers, bro, like Roy Keane pisses me off as a pundit. Like yesterday, you saw Tim Cahill making some very valid points and Roy Keane almost trying to bully him and rub him out. You know the man. And I reposted it on my Twitter because this brother's coming out and he's saying, yeah, this guy's coming out and he's saying, listen, you can see the way Arsenal play out from the back. They've been drilled to play out from the back.
Yeah.
And you see, there was a video going around showing El Neni pressing in the 91st minute, and everyone's eulogizing over that. The reason why he pressed like that is because these men have been coached to systematically press in zones, innit? Like our press isn't coached. If our press was coached, Arsenal wouldn't have got the overlap on us, and we wouldn't have conceded that penalty in the first place. Do you know what I mean? We don't press as a team.
Yeah.
We don't defend as a team. We don't even attack as a team. Everything we do is disjointed, and that's why Saeed calls it freestyle football, because nobody has assigned roles in the team. Do you know what I'm saying? Nobody has assigned roles. So when you're looking at Arsenal, everyone knows what they're doing. The overlap looks the same all the time. El Neni, if you looked at him, he was dropping deep, and he was making the option for the free centre backs, receiving it, playing it off, receiving it back, and then sometimes he was just playing it first time into the channels without looking because he knew where the player was going to be. We don't have a player that drops and takes the ball off the centre backs like that. It used to be Pogba when we had the double pivot, and we were all screaming, we don't want him there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? But there's nothing rehearsed about the way we play football, bro. And when he was saying that to Roy Keane's like, yeah, well, they lost to Leicester. Bruv, is that the point? You know, I'm trying to bad man up, saying, yeah, well, he lost to Leicester. A man's talking about spirit and character. I said it yesterday, bruv. Elbow grease don't win you every football match. Sometimes you need to have something more than elbow grease, which is why Roy Keane's been sacked everywhere he's been.
You know what? I hear you. I slightly disagree a little bit. The reason why is because I feel like you see all the good teams. They've got that cruncher. They got that guy that's gonna put in a tackle, that's gonna set up, that's gonna set the tempo for how your team's gonna go forward. You know what I mean? That's gonna either frustrate the other side because someone's gonna come in with a flying tackle against you, or it's gonna make the other side a bit iffy to take the ball. I think a lot to do for me. If I'm a manager, I'm literally gonna gas up my players and tell them before the game, I'm gonna tell them them man are shit compared to you lot. I'm gonna single out man and say, yo, he's a pussy. You know what I'm saying? So I understand in that aspect because Roy Keane was that aggressive player. That's how he's gonna see it. You get me? And it's not always that because Roy Keane was an aggressive player, but he wasn't the most technically gifted. You get what I'm saying? But he's a lot of his. That's why when he left United, he didn't really have no success because you weren't really that guy. But
he didn't have the same man around him either.
100%, you see it? Yeah. But I definitely agree that in the Man United team, bro. I mean, for instance, I see a clip the other day. Troy Deeney again, shout him out. I went to shout him. Freaking a player must have grabbed the ball and went to chuck the ball at one of his players, innit? So as he's walking over,
he's bounced, man, innit?
He bounced him like don't be doing that, bro. That needs to happen in the team. That we need that player. We had that player when we
have Scott McTominay for that blood, and guess what? That doesn't mean nothing, though, bro. Listen, even if we had the baddest man in that team, understand
that guy though, Rants. He can't.
But bro, listen, these men were chasing shadows. I don't care how bad you think you are on the pitch. If you can't get near me, what does it matter? You know them ones, because the way Arsenal were moving, we couldn't get nowhere near them. It didn't matter what kind of character we had on there. Bruno thinks he's a leader and he shouts and that, but bruv, he was chasing shadows yesterday. It wasn't about attitude yesterday. It was you sent these men out in the trenches, with the wrong equipment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That man went into a gunfight with a screwdriver yesterday, blood. That's what happened. That man got moved to, cuz. That's what happened. It's got nothing to do with characters, bro. Like Arteta pulled man's pants down at home. And it's not the first time he's done it. So it's one of them ones where man need to stop talking about attitude. Attitude is not why they lost yesterday, because they went out with the same attitude that they played Leipzig with. Oli put out a diamond against a team that overloaded the flanks and thought he was going to have success. Then he didn't change it. And then his excuse was, well, it worked on Wednesday. Am I a dickhead? Bro, that's the manager, fam.
But again, don't you think that they're changing up the shape all the time is a bit of a mad thing? It's like...
But Oli said that again. What did he say? Oli said, well, you man can put the quote up. He said, the shape we put out depends on the opposition. It shouldn't be that. We're Manchester United. We shouldn't be changing our shape depending on who we're playing all the time. The only teams we ever changed formation to respect was Arsenal. Away, we used to play one up front and put Darren Fletcher in there or Phil Neville to kick, man. Other than that, we used to play a 4-4-2 against everyone, innit? We had a formation that we stuck to unless we were away from home in the Champions League or we were away from home against one of the big clubs. That's it. The fact that we're always chopping and changing our formation is more down to the fact that the manager don't know what he's doing and he doesn't have a settled team. that he knows what he can do something with. It's got nothing to do with that. Why are you changing your formation? Bro, even Brighton don't change their shape every time they play someone. So why do we?
He definitely doesn't know. He definitely don't know what he's doing. He definitely and that's the most worrying thing, that he doesn't. It's not even like he's confident in his own decisions. The fact that you've got such a like your coaching staff has such an input on your decisions. It's too many cooks spoil the broth, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you're a bad chef anyway. Like,
that's it.
If Man United was a restaurant right now, bruv, they'd got closed down. The hygiene levels would be a mad thing, because these men are not. They're just stinking out the place, bro. It's peak. I'm gonna ask you a question.
Yeah.
Yesterday, who was your worst player
on the pitch for United?
Yeah.
Bro, everyone was bad. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I can't say who was the worst, bro. I can't say who was the worst, because there weren't any good performances. There weren't any good ones, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? When you look, if I never saw the statistics or whatever, do you know what I mean? I'm looking at the game and saying, bruv, Mason wasn't in it. Rashford wasn't in the game at all. You know them ones there. You know what I'm saying? The players that we're criticizing are the players that were actually in the game.
But then again, you see, even what you're saying. See me, if you see me, I look at the game, yeah. If I'm gonna play the game back, yeah, and I'm gonna see that ball that Rashford put into Mason. Well, I think that was our only shot of the game, innit? Or was it?
It was.
Right. Quality. This is what I'm gonna be telling man to work on. This is what I want you to be doing.
But that's one moment in 90. Do you understand what I'm saying, bro?
This is what I'm saying. When it comes to training now, this is what I'm gonna be trying to. I want to get that out of you, like, consistently. I want you. That's how I want you to play. I don't want you to be doing this running up and down, bursting your lungs, mad thing. Forget all that. Like, as you're saying, we need some organized pressing, innit? So everyone needs to know when to press, when not to press, when to. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of stuff that he's got to work on. You're not doing that stuff. You're not doing none of this shit. So then, therefore, it is coming like it's a moment thing. When man don't know how to break teams down. The amount of times I saw man pass the ball side to side, then man was making Arsenal look like one of the most organized teams I've ever seen. When we had the ball, Arsenal set back, you see that you see how their team is set up.
But bro, there was one video of United trying to play out from the back, and it went Harry Maguire passed it to Lindelof. Passed it to Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka passed it back to Lindelof, back to Maguire. No one in the midfield's dropped in the hole to receive it. Then Paul Pogba's come short. He didn't get it. Do you know what I mean? Man went back across again. And it's like, bro, there's no intent. We see when these men are playing out the back, there's no patterns. Do you know what I mean? Usually when the centre-back receives the ball, that's a trigger for the number 6 to drop deep and show. Nobody showed because they're not being coached, bro. So these men are just passing it out from the back, but there's no trigger. There's nothing set. When you watch Chelsea, it's the same. Jorginho drops in. Do you know what I'm saying? Because that's how Sarri had them. The number 6 is supposed to drop in. He's supposed to be the one that receives it on a half turn and plays it somewhere. United don't have that. So these back players are just passing it around. But it wasn't always Fred, because sometimes McTominay was deeper than Fred.
Yeah.
And then sometimes Bruno was deeper than all of them. Yeah. Like, there's no structure there, bro. It's like the 4 in the midfield were doing what they want. Pogba stayed left, but everyone else was just going wherever. Bruno wasn't always the furthest midfielder forward. Sometimes he was dropping. Sometimes I saw Bruno on the right wing.
Yeah, I saw that as well. I can't believe what I was seeing there.
Well, there you go, bro. So I'm telling you, there's no structure. There's no plan. It's all freestyle. So because it's all freestyle, you can't press together because you're not being coached to press. You can't play out from the back because you haven't been coached to play out for the back. The reason why everyone's eulogizing about El Neni is because he's been told to do a job and he's just done it. Bro, that's it. No one was doing the El Neni job for us yesterday.
It's not hard to play against Manchester United. This is what they put everyone has to understand. So really and truly, I can't even really. Okay, Arsenal, you look better, and this Arsenal looks a bit better, but it's not hard to play against this Man United. It's actually not. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, I was happy about how we performed against Leipzig, but if you go past that, even with the Leipzig performance, let's be honest, it was a bit shaky at the start of that game. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of them things where I can't really rate. I can't really sing Arsenal's praises because they didn't come with some outstanding performance. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they're quite an average team considering the firepower they got going forward. But again, for me, I would have played exactly the same team that I played against. That obviously we ain't got Martial. That was a big loss as well, though. Martial was a big loss.
Martial to hold the ball was the biggest loss, yeah. In the way that these idiots were trying to play, because it's like I said it before the game. I said Rashford don't hold the ball well. Bruno don't hold the ball well. So when you take Van der Beek and Martial out, yeah, where does the ball stick when we're trying to build an attack? It doesn't stick. It doesn't stick at all, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Then what he should have done is he should have probably what I would have done. I would have took the risk. You might as well, because you ain't got no other ideas. I would have started Cavani. Just start him. Start him and just tell him don't
start Cavani, yeah? Look how long it took him to bring Cavani on, bro. Like, I tweeted the change. I said Cavani needs to come on for Greenwood, yeah? Bruno needs to come off for Van der Beek. Ollie made that change 15 minutes later. 15 minutes later. I could have seen at the start of the half that change needed to be made, bro.
You know why I would have started Cavani, Rants, yeah? Because how I would have looked at it is I would have started Cavani and maybe had maybe a counter-attacking thing or a counter-attacking mentality to begin with. We have anyway. But I would have started him hoping that we can get to like 60 minutes. 60 minutes with at 0-0. Yeah? Then I'm going to bring on either Greenwood or Rashford.
You got to bring on Rashford's pace.
Do you know what I'm saying? I'd have brought on one of them, and I would have started Donny van der Beek, and then I would have brought on Bruno, because these men they've got more energy now, innit? Like,
and also they're more direct.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's all about managing. It's all about managing a football match. Do you know what I mean? You have to manage the game, yeah? Spaces in the second half always open up more than in the first half. First half teams are more energetic. And the thing is, when you're tired physically, you're tired mentally as well. You make more mistakes when you're physically tired, which is why you see more gaps. You see late goals. Defenders don't want to see pace in the second half after they've been running around for 70 minutes. That's why Rashford got the space he got against Leipzig. And same reason why Bruno got the space. Because actually against Leipzig, for the first 15 minutes, we couldn't see the ball, bro.
That's what I was saying.
We couldn't see the ball. That's why you have to manage football matches in 30-minute stints, innit? Ollie don't know how to manage a football game. What he showed me against Leipzig was that he stumbled across something that worked and he couldn't replicate it against Arsenal. That's all he showed me, innit? Because that Arsenal game, Arsenal kept the ball, for 70 minutes. Before Pogba gave the penalty away, we were chasing Arsenal for the whole game. We never looked in control of the football match at any point in that game, and we were at home.
And the sad thing about that is that Arsenal are not even a strong team like that, bro.
They're not.
A good team.
But they're organised.
They're organised. But they're not a strong team like that, where even that team that he's put out should have got something from that game. Not saying the performance deserves something, but I'm saying going into it, you should have thought to yourself, we are definitely not going to lose this game, bro. I'm sorry. We're not going to, like, you just beat up Leipzig. Like, use that momentum to go into the next game. Harry Maguire, like, he should not be captain in Man United. I'm not saying this about his performance or anything. It was the manner in which how he spoke to how he done his interview after the game. I just looking at him thinking, you just look sorry, bro. You look like a sorry excuse for a Man United player. I don't want to even see you. I don't want to see you. I saw, and to be honest, I was upset with Pogba's performance yesterday, because I'm gonna be real with you. I like Pogba a lot. It's my guy, and you know, if you do watch his brother, it's all love. But brother, you gotta fix up, man, because it's been a few years now, and I'm getting bantered by my brethren saying like,
we need to get onto this subject. You know, we need to, because somebody said to me as well. Someone messaged me and was like, "Yo, what's Pogba's best position?" Before we get into that, you see what this brother said right here at half time. What I would have done though, I would have put Bruno. I would have put Bruno on the right wing. I would have put Rashford on the left, blood. That's what I would have done. And I would have gone to a midfield 2, blood. You know them, man. That's what you got to do, fam. It's one of, I wouldn't have given Greenwood, the responsibility to track runners, because he's a striker and also he's a kid. You know them, man. I could make Rashford do that. You know what I mean? I could make Bruno do that. You do a 4-4-2, you change something, bro. McTominay finished the game on the pitch. I don't know how. I'd probably bring Cavani on, play him up front with Greenwood, and go for a 4-4-2 and say, you know what? I'm gonna let my wide players track track their fullbacks, but I'm going to leave an extra man up there and try and be positive. There's so many different things Oli could have done. The fact that he never switched to a formation, to block the overload on the width, shows me that for the whole 90 minutes, he didn't even understand how we were getting beat. And what Cahill said was spot on. He said, at least when Arsenal lose, Arteta looks like he knows what went wrong.
Yeah.
Oli looks like he doesn't know what's going wrong, fam.
He doesn't. I'm sure that what's the brother Woodward knows. Woodward is actually sitting here now, waiting to just give him the chop and give the job to Pochettino. And
Absolutely.
I feel like if that's what you're gonna do, I feel that's what you just do it now, bro. Don't leave it to a point where Pochettino can't salvage a 4th place, or you get what I'm saying? Like, do it now, because I'll be honest with you, United can't go another season outside of this Champions League, bro. Big man thing. They can't go another season outside the Champions League, because remember, certain men are nearing the end of their contracts, and we need to be able to attract bad boy players. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not going to happen if we don't get Champions League football, and I can see that happening again. My man's leaving it. The gap. Manchester United are 15th, bro.
Yeah,
we're 15th, and we don't look like we got Everton next week. I feel like we're going to get turned over, brother.
Yeah. It's mad. It's mad, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? This comment here, you're talking about Pogba. Yeah, go on. Say what you're going to say, because this brother said something, and before I say what I need to say, blood, obviously, man have been chatting shit about this youth for too long. And you know what's mad, It's a combination of, people not understanding football, and also, you see, the era we're in of modern football, where man look at Pogba, and you know what's mad? With a player like him, he's expected to do everything, that other players aren't expected to do. That's a compliment in itself, innit? That's the way I see it. But you know what? I feel like Pogba's been burdened, with just being such a great athlete that people expect certain things from him that it's not him. It's not his game. If you forget what Pogba looks like, just list all of his best attributes as a footballer. That's not physical.
That's not physical.
That's not physical.
He's a good passer. He's a good passer of the ball.
Yeah.
I'd say it's difficult for me, I'm gonna be honest.
As a midfielder, how many midfield players do you know that are better one-on-one in terms of taking players on than Pogba? Man, shake and bake him, man, for fun.
No, Rants, man.
You see the way he ate Dyer, How many midfield players, do you know that can pick up the ball, go past players like that? How many midfielders do you know that have the weight of pass, all of these other things? Forget the physical stuff, because you know what's mad,
Don't do it enough, though.
But why? But brother, he hasn't been playing in the position to do it enough. All of Pogba's actual attributes are attacking attributes, but man had been playing as a defensive player for most of his time at Manchester United. The only time he hasn't been playing as a defensive player was when he got Oli the job by himself.
All right, cool. I'm definitely with you here. Pogba hasn't been played in his best position.
He can't defend, bro. So why is he being playing as a defensive player?
But all right, cool. But hear me out, though. Hear me out. Pogba's been played in that position, attacking behind the striker. Yeah, right. After Ollie's 12-match run bullshit. Yeah. After that, he's been playing in that position. He hasn't done nothing.
He moved him into the double pivot after that. He didn't keep him there.
All right, cool. He didn't keep him there, He didn't keep him there. But what I'm saying is, even then, I want to see you hold the ball, Like I said, Pogba gives the ball away too much for me. I'll be honest with you. He gives the ball for the quality that I see this guy, and I know Pogba is a bad boy player. I'm not even sitting there saying Pogba is dead. He's not dead at all. I know he's going to go to another team. He's going to do a mad thing, But whilst he's here, I can only judge him on whilst he's here, bro. He gives the ball away. For the quality that I see this brother, he gives the ball away too much. I'm watching the games. I'm like,
in what positions though? Because actually, you know what's funny about that? No, but it does. But brother, it does.
If he's playing that on the left, I'd agree with you. I'd say, yeah, cool. That's a mad thing. You're trying to play man as a winger. But if he's in the center, just pass it and give it. Just keep it simple then.
No, but you see why I say that he's judged differently to other players, because he gives the ball away less than De Bruyne and Bruno. But man say that Pogba gives it away too much. It's the same thing with Fred. Man say that Fred gives it away too much, but he gives it away less than Pogba, than De Bruyne and Bruno. The difference is, where Pogba gives the ball away is in areas he shouldn't really be in on the pitch anyway. The thing is with Pogba is clearly a number 8, a roaming number 8. All of his strengths are attacking. I don't want to see Pogba defending, bro. If Pogba was Spanish and he was 5'8", man would be looking at man like he's an Isco kind of player or an Iniesta kind of player. But because he's 6'3" and he's athletic, man want him to run, win the ball, beat man, hold man, play the pass, get on the end of the pass, and do everything, bro. Pogba's, but he's not. But that's not him, though. Box-to-box players don't really exist in the modern game, really. You know what I mean?
What you're describing, what you're saying people want, that sounds like a box-to-box.
Exactly. They want Pogba to play like a box-to-box throwback Steven Gerrard kind of football. That's not who he is, innit? His skill set with his dribbling, his touch, his vision and his weight of pass and everything is as a little tricky number 8. But the facts are, he's not playing in a system to play that. And because of his physical attributes, they want man to do the defensive and the ugly stuff. Pogba don't do the ugly stuff. If he was playing for me, I wouldn't want him anywhere near my box, bruv, because I'd be scared of him giving penalties away like he did. Have you seen Pogba head the ball? He heads the ball with his eyes closed. He doesn't want to be anywhere near doing any of that ugly stuff. But we've had him doing the ugly stuff for so long. Man, when he does the sexy stuff, everyone wants to praise him, but you don't give him enough opportunities to do the sexy stuff because he's doing the dog work. You don't do that. It's the same with how these men cuss off Ozil at Arsenal, bruv. Get the dogs behind him to do the ugly shit. Let Ozil do the pretty stuff. Just because man's 6'3" and athletic, that don't mean he wants to do the pretty stuff. Pogba don't want to do slide tackles. Pogba don't want to do fucking last-ditch headers. He don't want to do that.
Nah, but you know what, fam? I want to see my attacking midfielder pressing.
But he doesn't play attacking midfield, bro.
No, I'm saying he's not even playing in that. He's not playing in that likeness even when he's in the positions he's playing. You're not going forward enough. You're not making them run. I see him doing them bad boy balls. And then when you see him doing them bad boy balls, that's why you play him there, innit? Because you'll think, right, okay, you can do that. You can do that cutting pass. You can do that cutting pass. You got that pinpoint. You got that push goals to you, innit? Like, so that's why you end up playing him there a little bit sometimes. And I get
but
that.
he shouldn't. But bruv, that's not his fault. Just because he can do that. That does no. It don't matter. Play someone behind him that can do the passing so he can receive the ball closer to the goal. The assist that he got for Mason against Leipzig, it was Pogba driving from the midfield and sliding man through. He was the furthest midfielder forward. He should be in that position and receiving the ball in that position several times a game. When you look at his pass accuracy in games, he finishes with high 90% final third pass completion, bro. His pass completion in the final third is very high. Because that's where he's supposed to do his best work. A player like him, you want him in the final third as much as possible.
No, I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. But I feel that my man, when he's had the opportunity to be in them positions, when he's been played in that forward role, he fluffed his lines.
But when has he played in them roles, bro? You can't show me that time.
So the period of time he's been at United, he hasn't played in them roles. Come on, man. When
Solskjaer first came in, he played in them roles and he top scored the team and top assisted the team, and then he got moved into double pivot and hasn't been played back there since. It's a fact.
Nah, I gotta check that one out, man.
It's a fact.
I've seen this brother forward up the pitch, and I'm thinking to myself,
before Bruno came, Pogba was playing in a double pivot with Scott McTominay or Matic. They were playing Pereira ahead of man. They were playing flipping Jesse Lingard ahead of Paul Pogba in that position. Pogba has not played in that 10 position since when Oli first came, and he hasn't played back there since, bro. He hasn't. It's a fact. It's not my opinion. It's actually a fact. And my thing is, his attributes are all attacking, bro. Even defensively, in terms of pressing and winning the ball back, Bruno's better than him at that. Bruno's more of an 8 that gets stuck in and runs around and presses. Pogba's not that kind of player. Yeah. When you look at interceptions, Bruno normally has more interceptions than Pogba in a game. Normally.
So you're saying Pogba's a cam?
He's not, but he's like a roaming 8, but he's in the 4-2-3-1. He's more suited to playing, in that position than playing in one of the deeper positions, bro. The only reason why they play him there is because he can pass. But then just buy someone that can pass and you don't need to play Pogba there. Because Pogba goes past players. Bruno can't go past, man. Pogba arrives late in the box, and actually he does score headers. He does score headers if you put balls in, bro. He scored a header against Man City. Man scores headers and he pops up in the box late. But the facts are, he shouldn't have defensive responsibility that he has, bro. Like, it takes away from what he gives us. All of his main attributes that make him a good player are attacking. So why is there so much defensive responsibility on him? It doesn't make sense, bro. Like, as a manager, you have to see that. If you're not going to use him and get the best out of him, do him a favor and let him go, innit? That's my thing. Because I'm looking at this guy, and in attacking wise, he's got everything you need to be dangerous in the final third, bro. Everything. But how often do we see Pogba in the final third?
Yeah, but that's also the player as well, though, you know, because as you're saying,
he does what he's told, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't.
Do you think that Pogba doesn't want to be there? I don't think Pogba doesn't want to be in the final third. I've never seen him run so fast when he's trying to get forward.
Remember, a player's got in-game management, you know. So when you're in that game now, you can actually be like, all right, cool, I'm gonna go here. Let the manager pull you off because you're not playing in that position. Then, if you
can't do that, that's not realistic, though.
No, it is. If you want to play Cam, let the manager pull you off. Let him take you off because you're not playing in the position. Because at the end of the day, he's not being effective in the position he's in anyway.
Yeah, but you can't do that for your team, bro. Because you see, here's the thing now, if the manager said to Bruno, you've got a free role, you can do whatever you want, because that's what he's told Bruno. And he's told Pogba to sit. If Pogba doesn't sit and he goes and we concede, it's his fault, blood. If he stays and we're playing shit and we concede, it's still his fault, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? My thing is, he hasn't been given that freedom. He hasn't been given that license. And if he's not going to be given that license, there's only so much you can blame a man, for doing something that he's not built to do, blood. He's not a defensive player, bro. He's not a there's nothing defensive about his game, bro. Nothing apart from the fact that he's athletic and he's strong but he's not Thomas Partey.
You know when he came, that's who I thought he was gonna be.
But if you watched him play at Juventus, you wouldn't have expected that. Bear man are looking at his physique and expect him to be a player that he's not. He's a finesse player, bro. He's a finesse player. He's a skillful player, tricky player, great touch. One-on-one, he'll nutmeg man, he'll flick the ball over man's head, and that's what he does. He's a finesse player. Man, I got him doing dirty work now, He's a throwback, maverick, free roaming player. You just let the bro go out and play football, bruv, and you have man to do the ugly stuff behind him. You don't want him to do the ugly stuff. Man don't understand what kind of player he is because of what he looks like, how he's built. He's athletically gifted, but he doesn't rely on his athletic attributes to play football. He's a finesse player, bro. Look at the way he pings the ball. Look at the way he controls it, the way he drags the ball, foot on the ball, rolling man and that. Bro, like, not every player can do that. But you should have man behind him doing the ugly stuff. But you want him to do the ugly stuff and that as well? Don't make no sense. It don't make no sense.
I think for me, as I said, I've seen. I feel like Pogba's he's a number 8 player. If I had Man United, I'd play maybe one. My defense would be probably. Why is Alex Telles not playing as well? By the way,
He's got COVID.
Ah, cool. So
you man, smash the like as well. Over 2K in here. Smash the like. Get us to 1,000 likes.
My left back would be Alex Telles. I'd probably pick I'd want Bailly, but Bailly I can't.
You can't rely on him because he gets
injured. Yeah, Bailly's a madman still. That's all it is. He's a madman. So, but I love you, Bailly. You get me. You don't know every time. So it would be Maguire and Tuanzebe. What I saw from Tuanzebe, mad thing. Yeah, he even looks bigger. So big up Tuanzebe still. And in my right back, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Sadly, I wish he can get better going forward. Then I'd have Fred as my defensive midfielder, yeah, right. But because I fuck with Fred, don't get it twisted. I fuck with Fred, yeah. But sometimes Fred, for me, he does some things that just make me want to punch him in his face. Because I think, bro, you're Brazilian, you know, like the ball should not be. There should be no misplaced passes from you. I know I'm being unrealistic here, but I'm just saying in general, like some of the passes he gives away sometimes it's annoying. But I do fuck with Fred's tenacity. We ain't got a player that's got tenacity like him in our.
He has to play. He has to play.
So he has to play 100%. Then I would have. This is how I would drop it. I would have Bruno as the CM, yeah, and then I'd have Pogba as an attacking midfielder, CM, more so.
But with more license to go forward.
You got a license to go forward and back up London. That's where I'd play him. And then obviously the front three, it picks itself in it. But truthfully, Rants, I truthfully believe from the time that Pogba's been with us, I truthfully believe that I will get frustrated with Pogba going forward, because I feel that, I don't know what it is, man. He's a bit too, like, I know he's got it up here, you know. I know he's got it up here, but he's a bit too lethargic in his play sometimes.
Yeah, but that's just his style. You know what I mean? You just don't like his style. The same with Ozil. Them man have got that them man have got that language style where it looks like they're not trying and it's all like arms flailing and it's all, bruv, that's just body language. That's how they play, innit? I love players like that. Berber was like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Mahrez is like that as well, blood.
I hated Berber. I hated him.
You see what I'm saying? So it's a style thing. Mahrez is like that as well.
No, but I did love Bergkamp though.
Yeah, but Bergkamp wasn't like that. Bergkamp he didn't have that language style though. He didn't, bro. Like Mahrez is like that. Like even Van Persie sometimes, he looks like he's running, but he's not really running, but he's running. All the arms are flailing and it's all like, I get that. Some people prefer the Bruno thing because it looks like he's charging around and all that. But bruv, I like them players that they just make football look bare effortless. Like they're just playing at their own pace, innit?
That was Dennis, man. That was Dennis.
Nah, Bergkamp was different though. Bergkamp was actually strong, whatever. He slowed the game down, but also he was mad physical as well. People forget that Bergkamp was 6 foot and he was quite stocky because the way he was just so elegant on the ball, Brad. But it's not the same. Like I get that. Pogba's body language and the way he looks like he's always jogging and that, and it's all relaxed. Like it rubs people up the wrong way. I don't care about any of that, innit? Like I like ballers. Like even James Rodriguez, blood. James Rodriguez, bro. Like man's not recording no sprints in a game. I like players like that, bro. Certain people hate them. They're like, right, why aren't you running and that? Bruv.
Like, no, if your positioning is on point, yeah. If your attacking awareness is on, you're attacking your awareness of your position is on point. Fair enough. Run how you want to run. I don't care. But when I'm seeing you in certain areas and you're picking the wrong pass, or you're giving a sloppy pass away, or I don't see no urgency for you to get back into the position. Even as attacking player, you got to track back and do some dog work.
Yeah, but not all players have that. Some players are gonna pass the ball, they're gonna lose it, and then they're not expected to do that, bro. Like there's mavericks in most teams, bro. It's just that now in the modern game, because everyone's on this system thing, yeah, where everyone's got to do everything. No, it wasn't always like that, bruv. When Cantona played for us and he gave the ball away, he didn't always chase back for it. No, because he was the guy that was given the license to create things, get things wrong. We've given Bruno that license, you know the ones, but Bruno don't have the quality, yeah, with the final pass that Pogba has. He doesn't. When you look at statistically the final ball and passes actually reaching their place in the final third, Pogba creates more chances from deeper per game on average than Bruno does. Bruno's final ball, yeah, is more because he gets loads of opportunities to play it, not because he's mad accurate with it. Man finished the game with 70% pass accuracy last game, less than the Arsenal keeper. Pogba finished in the 80s, and man was saying how much he gave the ball away. So you got to understand, yeah, like it's all about efficiency. In the final third, he'll finish the game with 23 passes out of 25 completed in the final third. That's what Pogba does regularly. He don't waste passes really in the final third like that. He gives the ball away in silly positions in the midfield where there's not a runner in front of him and maybe he takes too long on the ball and he doesn't play it. When he's in the final third, if there's not a pass on, he can dribble and go by himself. And we see it happen. When he won the penalty against Dyer, he cooked man on the wing because there was nothing to do. So he dropped the shoulder, went past man. You can't do that when you're in centre mid. You don't have that creative freedom, yeah, to just dribble if there's nothing on, bruv. That's why he should be further out the pitch. You know what I mean? And that's my problem.
I think he should be further up the pitch just based on, I don't think he's quick enough for me in those areas to do what we want him to do, which is get up and down, up and down.
But so you're right with that as well. And also it's the speed up here. Do you know what I mean? When you play in central midfield, the reason why Scholes was so good, yeah, was not because he was quick, like physically, it's because he was always thinking about moving the ball quickly, because that's his game. He's a central midfielder. Pogba don't play like a central midfielder. His brain's not like a central midfielder. He wants to get loads of touches of the ball, dribble, like field players, do all these, bruv. You can't do that in the middle of the park, bro. But why are we still playing him there? Do you know what I'm saying? He don't move the ball quick enough.
Yeah.
But we keep playing him there. So my thing is, yeah, we're seeing all of his deficiencies instead of seeing all of what he's good at, because we're not playing him where he can flourish and do things that he's good at. And he's not the only person. Same with Rashford. Rashford's shit with his back to goal, but Ollie still keeps playing him by himself. You know what I mean? Like, Rashford's confident when he's receiving the ball in space and running at people. But for the whole of last game, Rashford had his back to goal, yeah? Touching the ball, falling over and losing the ball, bruv. And I don't even blame Rashford because he's not Martial. Martial can hold the ball and link it. Rashford can't. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, we're seeing, same with Mason. Mason's looking like he can't be bothered. Last game, he wasn't in the game. Bear man are not in the game. Bear man are not thriving under this manager, really. They're thriving in spite of him.
Yeah, I think he's using Mason wrong completely. Like, Mason shouldn't be starting certain games. And that's no disrespect to Mason. I think he's a quality player. You made me like Mason, to be fair. You made me agree him deeply. But he's a quality player, but he's young. So you need to break him in. Yes, he had a great season last season, but you need to break him in, bro. You're rinsing him out. I'm seeing, this is the second game that I've seen him play where the game looks like it's too much for him. You know what I'm saying? And like, he's puffing quite early. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I feel like maybe bring him on, super sub him. Because
but you know what it is with Mason? Mason is like, that's why he reminds me of Van Persie. That's why I call him RVG, blood. You see them strikers, yeah? Them man like to just drift in and out of the pocket, yeah? Sometimes they're on the shoulder, sometimes they might come short. But more times they want to play on the shoulder, run across the line. Do you know what I'm saying? Man, I got Mason tracking back. I've seen Mason, yeah, like receiving the ball on the edge of our box and that. I don't want Mason Greenwood there, bro. Do you know what I mean? In certain games are not suiting for Mason to start because he's doing more work this way. A defensive manager is never going to get the best out of Mason Greenwood because he's almost a throwback number 9, but he doesn't have pace. He's quick, but the speed of Mason is the little drop of the shoulder, step over to get the ball out of his feet. But Mason's not quick enough to get away from people.
Yeah.
So why are we playing him wide right, yeah? Getting man to track man that way. That's exactly what Mourinho was doing to Martial, getting him running back that way and then pulling him off because man lost his man and stuff like that. Bro, he's mismanaging Mason Greenwood as well. Mason scoring goals in spite of Ollie, not because of him. Everyone's going to say, oh, he managed Mason well. He brought him in, he took him out. Under earned the right to be there.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? If Ollie wasn't there, Mason would have still broken through. Man's bagging hat tricks in FA Cup finals for the under-20s, bro. Like, do you think he was never making it through? This bro is stunting Mason's development, bro, because he's not using him properly, and then he'll lose confidence. That's what will happen.
I think that's what's happening now. I think he's losing confidence now because I know why he's played him, because Mason does that thing where he's got a deadly finish, and he does that thing where he comes in, he cuts in, and it's like, even no matter how many times he does it, it's like people can't clock what he's gonna do. But he cuts in and he lets his shot off. But I feel that, as you're saying, he's very similar to Van Persie. And if you remember Van Persie when he first started, Van Persie wasn't the guy that he was once he found his feet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was good, and you could see the quality, but Wenger broke him in. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's how you got to do with my man. You got to break him in, bro. Like, break him in so he can express himself when the other players are, when the opposition's tired. And then what's that going to do? It's going to give him more confidence for the next games. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like really and truly, a lot of it is mismanagement, and that's why people will get upset with Pogba, like myself sometimes, because I know how deep Pogba is. I know just from certain things he's done, I know how deep this guy is. But I just feel that the type of football that we grew up on as like Man United footballers, as Man United fans, is you would see certain man being played out of position and they're still giving a madness. Do you get what I'm saying? And
I get that, but bro, you got to understand the game of football has changed, bro. Like I said before, Zinedine Zidane played left in a 4-4-2 for Real Madrid in the era of Zidane played left wing for Real Madrid. They never had a winger, left winger, bro. They had McManaman, and then they had Zizou left wing. They had Figo right wing. You know them ones. And bruv, Zidane was never a left winger.
Yeah.
He played his own game from the left-hand side of the pitch, but he was not a left winger. Zidane wasn't tracking the opposing right back when he went, but he played from the left. And that's what I'm saying, because we're in the era where we allowed good players to just go out and play football. But now, because everything's so system-based, we're always looking at what players are not good at instead of looking at what they were good at. Do you understand what I'm saying? Look at Iniesta. He was a number 8, so they said, yeah, but man always had 2 men behind him. So he played in a 10, really. He didn't really play in an 8.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And Iniesta, no one said, oh, Iniesta's not tracking his man. Oh, he's not getting stuck in. Bro, Iniesta was mazing through man, sliding man through and that. And man were eulogizing over that. But now, in today's games, they got Kai Havertz playing on the right wing.
Which is it's madness. I go on there.
Well, there you go.
Go on there. That's a madness.
Because now, we used to have creative players in the middle, but now they want workhorses in the middle, and then they're pushing all the creative players out wide because they need the extra man to work harder, bro. The game has changed now. Do you think Real Madrid could play a 4-4-2 now? Do you know what I mean? With a number 10 on left wing, yeah? That's not going to work, bro. 4-4-2. The game has completely changed, blood. And we've got players like Havertz. You've got players like Jack Grealish, who's a throwback maverick player as well, blood. Getting pushed out to the left and that. Grealish is a number 10. He should be in the middle of the field, waving his magic wand and going wherever he wants to go.
You feel like I watched Grealish against in the Liverpool game, and before, when I was watching, even before that, I've seen him play before that, but when I was watching him in that game, I wasn't really rating his thing too much. Do you feel that he would have been a better option over Bruno?
I do. And I said it before we signed him. I think absolutely, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And look at my man saying, Iniesta play from the left as well at times, bro. When you're a flair man now, you're just getting dashed out. And that's the word I was missing. Look at Pogba. Pogba's a flair man. That's what he is.
Yeah.
He's a flair man, but we got him doing donkey.
Yeah.
Bruno's not a flair man. Why have you got the flair man doing the donkey work, but Bruno's got the freedom to go where he wants?
That's why you'll get frustrated with him in defensive positions, because you can't have a flair player in defensive positions.
No, you can't, bruv. And you shouldn't have them there anyway.
You shouldn't. You
should have your flair man in the positions where they can do flair man things.
Yeah.
Bro, Pogba's doing step overs and knocking the ball over man's head.
Your flair man's got to be in a position to do flair man things, you know.
There's videos on YouTube of Pogba flicking the ball over man's head and heading the ball and running with it in the center circle. Why is he doing that there?
Yeah.
He should be doing that in the final third, but he's too far from it, blood. He's a flair man. Yeah, that's the perfect example. How have you got a flair man doing up DM, blood?
I mean,
fam, he's got too much talent to be playing him as a water carrier, bro. You can't, he's a flair man. Do you know what I mean? That's why he does dumb things and gives away penalties, because he's a flair man. Flair man don't know about being in their own box.
Yeah, be this. But then again, look, you know what it is? It's because it's exactly what you're saying in a sense. We've seen him do it, innit? Man, see him keep that disciplined position for France, and then France won the World Cup, innit? So that's how they're looking at it. But I get
that's because they had so many good men in front of him.
I was going to say that. It's France team. You can't really compare that to the Man United team because this is a joke team. You know what I'm saying? So really and truly, for Man United, he should be in a more advanced role. But having said that, our strikers and that play up front, that needs to improve, bro. The defense needs to improve. But I don't feel like we're getting enough goals from out of the people that were playing up front either.
But we're not. But because the glue between the midfield and attack, it's not cemented, bro. Because of that, we're not going to get enough goals from everyone. But again, that's a system problem. That's not an individual problem. Because if you give Klopp these man, Rashford bags 20-odd goals for Klopp. Martial bags 20-odd goals. The chances that Firmino's missing for Liverpool, Martial's not missing them.
No, Martial's not.
You know what I'm saying? Bruv, between Rashford, Martial and Greenwood, bagged 60-odd goals between them playing for a shit manager like Solskjaer. Yeah. If that's Klopp, make that 70.
Yeah.
If that's Klopp, make that 70-odd.
100%.
Bruv, you have to accommodate your flair man, blood. We ain't got no flair man in our team, really. It's only Martial and Pogba, the flair man, you know. Rashford's the pace and power man. He's not the flair man. He might do the odd FIFA trick, but he's not a flair man. Like Martial cooks, man. Like Pogba cooks, man. But we giving the free role to Bruno. He's not the flair man. Bruno can do that number 8 pressing short pass thing because he's not the player, man.
He's the CM, innit? He's the CM.
He does that for Portugal. He should be playing behind Pogba, not in front of him.
And you know why he's a good CM as well? Why he would be a good CM is because he thinks like an attacking midfielder sometimes. So he knows when it's time to go forward, he'll know how to make that little. That's why he loses the ball a lot as well, because he tries. He's a man. Why I like Bruno, yeah, I tell you why I like him is because I see him playing those passes where he'll try and put a ball through. Yes, it might not happen, but he'll try and put a ball through, try and do a through ball when there's nothing else on. Where a next man, he'll pass it to the side. And I just think, nah, bro, like you're going to do that and just make the other team have more organization. You need to play passes, which is going to make players commit so that another player, so make the opposition.
I get that, but the thing is, you got to pick and choose when you do those, innit? Like there's bare times when man tries to force the ball through a shut door, innit? And again, Donny van de Beek wouldn't do that. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's why Donny's pass selection is better than both of theirs, innit? In terms of ball retention, he keeps the ball. He doesn't play risky passes, but that's why, do you know what I'm saying? He's the guy, it's the pass and move, I'll get onto the end of it, and that he does more than Muller thing. Do you know what I'm saying? But Bruno tries to unlock doors too much. Sometimes it's not really on. He'll be in his own half trying to play a through ball, blood.
Yeah, I hear that. But you know what? With Donny, I feel like Donny's a good, you're part of the squad depth. I don't even expect Donny to start like that.
But for me, he's better than both of them in the 10, really.
Or better than who?
Better than Pogba and Bruno in Lincoln. He's way better in Lincoln.
I don't think he's got enough pace, man. I think
but he doesn't need pace. His pace is up here, bro.
Yeah, I know, but you know what? Certain times with the way that this game is so fast paced, and I see it like he's a bit too slow for me, man. I don't know, man. I like him. I definitely know that he's got it up here.
So what? You're not feeling Juan Mata even them kind of ballers? You don't like them?
I like Juan Mata, but you know what is with Juan Mata again? I feel like Juan Mata's his stamina. Once his stamina goes down, it's like you're not even in the game no more. That's
Bruno, but Donny has the stamina and he's got the passing of Mata. For me, he could do a job where Mata used to play, bruv. I don't see why not. He's a good enough athlete.
What in the center of the park? Because I don't like when they play.
Even out wide, you could play Donny, bruv. Because if you could play Mata on the right, why can't you play Donny there?
You can't even play Mata on the right. That's a mad thing.
But we've been doing it though,
and that's a mad thing. This is what I'm saying. Where we're shaking because you're playing small attacking midfielders on the flank. That flank, remember, you can only play them man on the flank here, on out wide there, if you've got wing backs that are going to be up and down, up and down, up and down. Yeah, I see you, DA. I see you. But it's cool.
I explained that, innit? I need to answer my door quickly.
Yeah, but the wickedest thing is how I'm looking at it is like this. If you've got wing backs that are going up and down, you can 100% have a man that's slow like Mata or Donny van der Beek on the wing. But we don't have that. We've got players that are scared to go forward. They're not attacking fullbacks. Do you know what I'm saying? They're not whipping in crosses 24/7. So therefore, we can't have a man like Mata who's going to get beat all the time. If he loses the ball, it's fucked for that flank. So we blatantly need somebody like a Sancho that can go up and down. That's got the pace to go up and down and back the defense and whatnot. Otherwise, it's peak times. If we don't have those attacking fullbacks to support the likes of Mata or Donny van der Beek on the flanks, you're gonna be in trouble. Because when we lose the ball, it's peak. You get me? Like that's that's why I never really agree. Yeah, you might get a moment, as you're saying, a moment of creative genius from Mata on the wing, because Mata is a bad boy player, but Mata's best suited in the center of the park for me. I think he
Mata is best suited in the middle of the park. But guess what, bro? It's all about systems, bro. I've seen Van Gaal playing these little youths as overlapping fullbacks, bro. And it's been fine because man's had a system. Man seen Borthwick Jackson playing left back. So man can't tell me, that our fullbacks wouldn't overlap, if the system dictated that they had to. It would. The reason why Wan-Bissaka don't go forward and Luke Shaw don't go forward at every opportunity is because they're not being drilled to. That's the only reason. Because even if it's not your natural thing to go forward, if the coach says to you, if you're not overlapping, I'm not playing you. Bruv, you're overlapping to God, bro. The best season Luke Shaw's ever had attacking-wise was under LVG. Because LVG told him, because LVG said you have to go. Every time we're attacking, you have to go. Robertson and Trent are up there all the time because they were told they have to go. Do you know what I mean? They're not going by accident, bro. You know what I'm saying? So if we had a manager that was saying you have to go, they would keep going. And even if Wan-Bissaka was getting into the positions and putting in shit crosses, he would still be getting into that position. Right now, man are not even getting into that position because they're not being told to. Luke Shaw is lazy. If you don't tell Luke Shaw to go, he won't go. He only goes if he has to. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what it is.
I was a big fan of Luke Shaw, and like recent years, I've been looking at him just saying, like, ever since he broke his leg, it's like something happened to him. He's just changed. He's not on that no more. You know what I'm saying? And to be fair, I want to see how Alex Telles fits in that role because he's a man that goes up and down, right? Didn't they play him left?
He does go up and down. He mainly goes up. You know them ones. Telles ain't trying to do that. He's Brazilian, isn't it? So it's one of them ones where, bro, I like Telles, bro. He's perfect. Him and flipping and Dallo, for me, attacking fullbacks. I don't care. I'm gonna have a man on toast. That's what I'm on. But my thing is, we don't create overlaps. We don't create overloads on that side. Like Rashford ain't had no one to link up with on that left-hand side. It's always him trying to beat man on his own. And he doesn't really, when it comes to beating players one-on-one, like Rashford ain't Martial, innit? Martial will just close control, drop the shoulder, boom. Rashford's more of a thing. If there's spacing behind, I might take a man. You know them ones. Martial can twist man in a phone box. You know them. So it's different. So he's having to isolate man by himself. And then look how unbalanced the team is. Mason drifts in from the right, or Mata drifts in from the right, and then Wan-Bissaka's up here having to go past man. But Wan-Bissaka ain't got feet to go past man. There's no overload. There's no give and go for him. Do you see what I'm saying? Look at David Beckham. He could never go past players. But he had Gary Neville coming over on the overlap, drawing a man out, and then Beckham put in the early cross because Gary Neville's taking a man away. You know them. The overload is supposed to create space, take a man away. We don't have the overload ever because it's not being coached. So because of that, we're having man to just individually beat a man and then get a shot off. Everyone's doing everything on their own. And that's the problem. It's not necessarily the personnel, bro. Like, better coaching means that we'll get better results, fam. It's that simple, bruv. Man saw Chris Smalling as a ball-playing centre-back under LVG. The same brother that can't get in the England squad because Southgate said he's not good on the ball. How does that make sense? Does that make sense, bro? It's the coaching. It's not rocket science, bro. Like, when I watch Man United, we are literally one good coach away from being a team that should be taken seriously.
Yeah, I feel like it's Poch, 100%. I feel like that's the go-to brother right now. It doesn't make sense to me how it works that, you know, we get Poch and they get Mourinho or whatnot. It's an idiot thing, but I feel like if it's maybe a different scenery will help him. But I feel that he will definitely get players. He will definitely make players better. There's one thing I'll give that guy. He will make players better in that team, you know. And I don't think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer can do that. I don't think Michael Carrick can do that. I don't think Mike Phelan can do that. And I forget the other guy's name, McKenna.
Sometimes the best way to make a player better, is to just play to their strengths. You don't even need to improve them. Just put them in a position where they can show what they're good at more regularly, innit? That's all you need to do, bro. You know that Rashford likes facing the play, so don't play him with his back to goal. Stuff like that. You know them ones. You know that Pogba likes being in the final third, so let him be there. You know what I'm saying? It's just simple things, blood. It's simple flipping things that man are not doing, bro. Like, the thing is with Liverpool, if you look at a lot of their players, outside of that Liverpool system, they don't look the same, blood. Man say, oh yeah, Trent looks shit for England, but he don't look shit for Liverpool because the system doesn't allow him to look shit. Sometimes the system, will hide your inefficiencies or your deficiencies. That's what a good system's supposed to do. United system doesn't really hide the flaws in any of our players. It makes them all look shit. It makes Harry Maguire look shit.
I definitely think we've got players that's names are bigger than them. I definitely think that. I think that we've got players whose names are bigger than the actual player. Like, so and I think that's the Man United thing personally, because if I look at Liverpool's team in terms of a Man United team, or even with even a Man City team, yeah, I can make a lot of changes in the lineup. Do you know what I'm saying? I can take that player from there and put him in the Man United team, and it wouldn't work in reverse. You get me? It wouldn't work.
Yeah, but the problem with Man United is, bro, it's never been. Obviously, we were spoiled in a sense that obviously with the class of '92 and that era of football, we had bare big names in the team. Yeah. But bruv, a lot of these men that are big names at Liverpool weren't big names before they went there. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the fact is, they've become big names because they flourished in the system. When Mo Salah went to Liverpool, no one cared. Let's be honest, because he was at Chelsea and then he went to Italy. But then when Liverpool signed Mo Salah, people weren't like, oh my God, they signed Salah, it's over.
Yeah.
Man didn't care.
No one cared. Yeah,
no one cared. When he signed Mane from Southampton, nobody cared. You know them ones there, we got linked with him. And man were laughing at us.
He was trying to get
him. LBG wanted him.
He was, yeah.
And man were laughing at us saying, you want Mane, 25 million. Ha ha ha. Now look.
You know who he reminded me of? Remember Sessegnon from Sunderland?
Yeah.
Remember, that's who.
You see them? He used to bag some worldy goals.
Brother, he was a problem, he was, fam. He was a problem. Problem.
But you see them kind of players. I thought, Bearman thought, that Mane was going to be a flash in the pan baller, where he just does, like St. Maximum, like how they're talking about him now.
Yeah.
Them man are saying, one of them man that does wavy things every now and then, but he's not really consistent. Do you know what I'm saying? Man done that. That's the mentality everyone thought Mane was going to do. And then they put Mane in a system where he's playing week in, week out, getting loads of the ball. Now he's one of the best players in the Prem. You see what I mean? But he wasn't that before. Before Liverpool signed Virgil van Dijk, man was at Celtic and Southampton. Man weren't saying, oh my God, best centre-back in the world. We were laughing that they spent 70 million.
Bro, I was busting. I said, yo.
Thank you.
Are you signing a Van Dijk for 70 million, you madman? And
the only reason why man are rating these Liverpool players now is because of Klopp. Yeah. Because if they went somewhere else, maybe they wouldn't have bust like that.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? If Van Dijk came to Man United instead of going to Liverpool, man would have been laughing because he probably wouldn't have looked as good because the systems are shambles. Tell a lie, there is no system, my guy. Yeah. You know, like that. There's no system. So this Liverpool system has got all these men looking like world beaters. Man know that Trent can't defend, but guess what? You can never isolate him anyway because Liverpool only play to his strengths.
Yeah.
So you can't catch him lacking, bro. You can't. For England, you could get some change out of man, but for Liverpool, you're not even getting the opportunity. He's just dropping crosses on your head.
Constantly.
You see what I mean? So you have to rate Klopp.
The maddest thing is, and this is how I look at it, is even if we had man whipping in crosses, I don't know if we've got or if the personnel that we've got are being coached to manage them crosses coming in. As you say, Rashford is a man. He wants the ball played to him, like where he's facing the goal forward, towards the goal. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got that man that you're gonna whip the ball. He's gonna catch it on his head up front. Maybe Cavani now.
Cavani is the driller. You get Tellers puts that in Cavani. Boom.
Yo, I like Cavani now.
Bruv, he's an old school, gritty striker, and you need that. You know them as I know you like your throwback, like physical players. That's why I like Calvert-Lewin as well. Them man there, I like them man of drillers, blood.
Yeah, trust me. You know that even with Calvert-Lewin, I'm saying, what happened to this brother? Like, where these man put like how Calvert-Lewin?
Driller, like them kind of man.
Look at this again. That's come from who? He's not come from who, but this is all started to develop under a top boy, Carlo Ancelotti. We're dealing. This is all it is, bro. You see when you're in, bro. Remember, you got to remember, Rants. You see them man there, yeah. They grew up on man like Carlo Ancelotti, yeah. Their man they was playing Championship Manager with Carlo Ancelotti when he was managing Milan, and then man there. So when you're in the dressing room with Carlo Ancelotti, and you know Carlo Ancelotti's managed this done, that done, rare, you're gonna kind of be like, all right, cool. I want to show this guy.
There's a different level of respect, blood. Different level of respect. Different, innit?
Right? But when you're in the team with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and even as a youth, man, most of them man grew up with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer being on the bench. I can even tell you, I'll even be confident enough to say that some of them man there in that team didn't even know who Solskjaer was when they was young like that.
Yeah, because they were too young, bruv. That's why I said that was my reasoning when I was like, bruv, He's a hero at the club, but to me, he ain't a legend because I ain't gonna tell my youths about him as a footballer.
Nah.
I'm gonna tell my youths about Paul Scholes, Roy Keane, York and Cole, blood, Ryan Giggs.
That's all I'm telling about.
Ryan Giggs, blood. Those are the men you tell your kids about. You don't tell your kids about Solskjaer. He was a substitute, innit? Let's be real.
Yeah.
He's a hero at the club because he done some heroic things, but man's not a legend, innit?
Yeah.
Like Lampard's a legend at Chelsea. You can't compare the two.
Yeah.
Like Gerrard's a legend at Liverpool. You can't put Solskjaer in the same bracket as Keane and Gerrard and Lampard. You can't. That's why I say he's a hero. He ain't no legend, fam.
Yeah.
Like, let's not throw around that L word too loosely, blood.
Man's a hero.
Man's a hero, blood. He ain't no legend.
And that's what he done a hero move. That whole thing was a hero move. You come off the bench, you save the day quickly.
Hero thing.
Yeah, it's a hero thing. Like, I don't know why, but I get it, innit? I get it. The board are not ballers, innit? They're not men that are football men, so they see a man do a little madness and they're thinking, yo, we can get a freebie here or a cheapie here, you know? Like, instead of having to go out in there and pay a big P again, because anyone else they want to get with a name who knows Man United, they're gonna command a big P. But in all reality, we could have got Giggs and there would have been not much difference in terms of.
But it would have been exactly the same thing. You see all these men, they don't know what they're doing. The Giggs, the Keens, all these men.
We would have got more out of Giggs though because the players would have respected his
I get what you're saying, but Giggs, brother, he thought Dan James, yeah. He said Dan James could play in the number 10 the other day. Ryan Giggs' head's gone, blood. He's on the Browns, cuz.
Yeah.
He's got a Browns report.
Yeah, you know what?
Ain't a tendency neither, blood.
I can't really trust Giggsy, man. I can't really trust him because you're beating your brother.
Listen, any brother that would do that in his personal life, you can't run my team.
And you know what, man? You know Fergie used to always say. It's not just about what you do on the pitch. It's about what you're like as a person, who you are.
As a footballer, you can't respect man knowing that he's done that off the pitch anyway. You can't, because as soon as he says something to you wrong, you're like,
yeah.
Can't do it, innit?
Yeah. Man, I remember how they dealt with John Terry when he fucked Wayne Bridges' wife or something.
You see it there?
They didn't even outcast him still. He was able to come back and do a man thing still.
Bro, listen, man can't respect Giggsy for that.
Yeah.
You know them ones. But literally, like, man are saying, Solskjaer's got that imposter syndrome. You can tell that. Like, even in the interview the other day, he was like, oh, this was my dream job. And you can see it. He's just smiling all the time. Man lose, he's still smiling because he can't believe it. We need someone that's got character that's big enough for the job at hand. He's not one of those guys, innit? So because of that, like my man saying, yeah, like, bruv, we're not playing to the strengths of our players. We're not. And also, we're not even protecting the weaknesses of our players either.
Yeah.
Now, what are we doing? We're just, bruv, he hung Mason Greenwood out to dry last game. Out to dry, blood. Mason wasn't involved in the game, apart from the one shot from that Rashford put on for man that the keeper saved. Bro, he wasn't in the game. You hung Mason out to dry. You hung Rashford out to dry as well, feeding off scraps. Tony's been hung out to dry this season, bro. Man are saying, oh, Tony ain't had X amount of shots on target. Bro, he's playing with his back to goal and he's getting fed nothing. You're hanging bare man out to dry, blood, because you've got no system, you've got no plan. And everyone's taking flack except the manager. All these ex-players are going out there slagging off all of our players and no one's pointing the fingers at the manager. Arsenal came to our gaff and had us chasing shadows for 90 minutes and everyone's blaming all the players. Roy Keane saying this because they didn't try hard enough.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of loyalty being shown in that aspect there. A lot of loyalty. Even like, and you know what it is? It's as they're saying, my man's a nice guy, innit? Like, he's a nice guy. You get me? But
it's not enough though.
It's not enough. Not for that. And to be honest, you can't be a nice guy in a Man United job. Yeah.
No.
You gotta be telling
me. Bro, Fergie wasn't a nice guy, he was a bastard, blood. Yeah, man had to respect him.
Yeah.
You know though, man. Solskjaer's on this nice man thing. Yeah, that's cool, innit? Be the dinner lady or something. You know what I'm saying? You can't be the manager. You can't be the manager. You know what I'm saying? Even me, I'm learning now coaching a team that it's like, bruv, man started the team, I brought in bare people that I knew, and I know bare man in the team, but bro, ultimately, it's about the team. I'm picking my best team, bro. Even if we're bridgings and I've known you since school, blood, if you're not good enough, or I don't feel that you're performing. Bruv, I'm the one that's got to drop you out, blood. It's not comfortable.
This is the team. You're telling them this right now, isn't it? Like when they watch it,
but they know this anyway.
They know this. Like when they say, yo, go listen back to my last
100%. But these man know. These man know. No matter how long you've known me, I'm a winner first and foremost. Yeah, I put winning before everything. Do you know what I'm saying? Like what I'm doing professionally, as managing this team has got nothing to do with me and you's friendship, blood. I'm picking the best team to win the game. I'm picking the best players and the players I think that deserve to be there. There's no friendship thing. You know them ones. Fuck being a nice guy. When the game's done, I'm nice if we've won. If we've not won, I'm in a horrible mood. Don't chat to me.
Yeah.
You know them. There's none of this nice guy thing. Nice guys finish last, blood. Do you know what I mean? That's what it is.
Big man thing. And that's how I see what's going on with him. You're nice in the interview. You're nice when we win. You're nice when we lose. There's no anger. Even when you're putting on a sad face, I think it's fake. I think it's forced. You're forcing it. It's not. It doesn't come naturally to you. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it actually don't come naturally to you to bad someone up. You know what I mean? Like it's a joke thing. Like it seems like when he's got to bad someone up, he gets nervous or something. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like he's just not the right man for the job, to be honest. Or he's not the right man for the job because if he was to hire, like if he was to clear out the coaching staff he's got now, and even that, bro, even that to say this here. You didn't even come true with your own coaching staff, really.
Bruv, he heard he got the job, and this is how he's a pagan, yeah? He called Mick Phelan from Australia to come back to Man United because Mick Phelan was there when Ferguson was there. So he didn't even come with his own guys. He called Mick Phelan on this Avengers thing to try bring back some nostalgia to the club, bro. So that shows you he don't even have a mind of his own.
Yeah. Yeah.
You understand? If Poch comes, he's coming with all his backroom stuff. Yeah. No one here is staying, you know.
Yeah.
Everyone. Even they might let a little Michael Carrick come to fill the water bottles. But he's bringing all of his man them in. Ollie came with no one, bro.
The kit man, the same kit man. What's his name? What's the kit man name? Mick or something.
Bruv, this brother brought Mick Phelan back from Australia. And then Carrick and McKenna. McKenna was in the youth team, came up. And Carrick was there anyway because he was there with Jose. So Ollie didn't even bring his own guys, bro. He inherited a coaching staff on a dickhead thing. So he ain't even really running nothing.
I would have rather than bring the people he was with at Mulder. I'll be honest with you.
Because at least it would have shown something.
Yeah. Like you should have just brought them man there because right now, as I said, we're 50. We got Everton next week. Who we got after that? We got Champions League, the Turkish team.
We got them on Wednesday.
The Turkish
and then
team.
Everton after, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It's going to be another gloss over thing. We're going to beat the Turkish team. We're going to beat the Turkish team, and then Everton's probably going to slap us. We got Everton away.
Yeah, I think it's away. Man's checking. Yeah, it has to be because we played the last few games at home.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's all very peak, fam. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to lie. It's not looking good for us, bruv. It's not looking good for us. But again, bruv, it's Ollie. What can you really expect from that, brother?
Yeah. Nice.
What can you really expect from that, brother? It's some idiot thing, man. But, yo, you, man, slap the like. Get us up to 1,000 likes. You know what I'm saying? Man, I had pretty much 2,000 people here. Get us up to 1,000. You know what I mean? Show is lit, bruv. Not going to lie. Mad interaction. Big up everyone in here as well. Obviously, follow the boss, man. You already know. You know what I mean? The acts down the bottom. It was good, bruv. You know what I mean? After these kind of games, man need that therapy, cuz.
I'm telling you, this is my like, you know, like before, like man will be when we lose, I used to get I couldn't even look at the newspaper, bro. It's that peak. I couldn't even pick up the newspaper. So that's why I need this little therapy, especially when we're losing in the manner in which we're losing in. When you got friggin' Arsenal man in my DMs laughing and them thing there, man are sending me El Neni and all that, and I'm thinking, bro.
Bro, I'm getting it. You know what I mean? Them man are showing flipping pyramid pillow and that. Man like El Neni, bruv. And then man are clipping up the match, me before the game. Do you know what I mean? Where man was confident and all these other things. Bruv, man are jobless, innit? Like, it's lockdown. Man have got bare time, innit? So, man are just literally doing all kinds of bits. So it's just mad right now. Do you know what I mean? So now it's always good to get a few things off the chest. You know what I mean? Big up. Make sure you follow the boss, man. You already know what it is. Smash the like before you leave as well. Get us over 1,000. Man's back with Dapo later. Do you know what I mean? After the Leeds game. Do you know what I mean? For the weekend wrap up. I'm sure he's going to be chatting more shit about Arsenal. Obviously, he was in the watch along with man. Do you know what I mean? So, it's been emotional, people. You get me? So slap the like, follow the boss, man, and man will see you at 10.